hate Kenan Owens as much as you want, but her take on stars are actually very, very interesting, and like it gives you a different eye to look at stars. Now she was talking about the Power Rangers, the Blue Rangers space ride that they took for 11 minutes. Yeah, and her take was definitely something else to laugh about. Now it's a serious issue when it comes to people, like rich people doing rich shit and doing things that are out of touch, and nobody can really say anything about it, because you take one ride to space and now you are being called an astronaut, and when you're not being called an astronaut, it's basically because you were a woman and you went for that 11 minute ride, and men don't like it, or nobody like it, it's sexism and all those stuffs. But this is like we are in a type of space, we are in this climate of space or economic that these things are not supposed to be happening for people to just go on space for 11 minutes and call yourself an astronaut. And when somebody said that you took a ride, you are pissed off that they're saying you took a ride. You did take a ride, because 11 minutes, I can order pizza right now and in 11 minutes it's still not be done. So how are you able to go for that 11 minutes to space? Now, I saw a video when the lady was like, she needs somebody to really explain whether it's true that you can go to space for 11 minutes. And I've also seen somebody say that, yeah, the whole journey to space is only 1 hour. So probably they could make it to that 11 minutes. But you did your own thing. You went to space. You came back down. You got $7,000 pairs from your favorite Kardashian. Yeah, you did all of that. But then don't come and act like it's not out of touch. Don't come and act like people are not supposed to be pissed off at it, because we are in economy that people cannot even afford eggs. Eggs prices are way too high for you to be having problem with somebody talking about the fact that you took a ride. Now you can do whatever that you do. That's your money. You can go wherever that you want to go, but don't, like, I want to say that don't be angry the response that you get because you put the thing out there. Like when you put something out there and you don't get the result that you want, you don't have to be pissed off that the people didn't like the result that came out of it, because you can do whatever you want. That's the same way that the people can also talk about the things that they want. Because how the hell do you think everybody's supposed to come together and say, yeah, well done, we had an all-female 11-minute ride? Like, yeah, it's cool, but not right now. Like, in this state, nobody really cared that much. People are really struggling. Like, Kim, people are dying, okay? People are literally dying. This is no joke thing. This is serious. So anybody can have their feelings hurt or whatever, but those people that, making the video, shouting, having a problem with this whole situation are right in their own terms to be angry. Because why do you want people to say, okay, yeah, just go ahead, waste all the carbon energy that you want to waste, pour all the the smoke, whatever thing that you want to do, all these resources that you can use to do something else, use it to go take a joyride for 11 minutes, and you are here pissed off. Like, but then we are supposed to buy 3 different plastics, put one plastic, put paper, put like bio stuffs, do stuff. We should eat healthy. We should stop ordering food. We should actually go to the factory and pick up our own orders. We should stop shopping fast fashion when that's the only thing that we could afford. We should eat our own bio things, that our own farmed products, because buying fruit is not that expensive. And we should do all these things. And once we've all done all these things that we can barely even afford electricity at the moment, we should just go ahead and be okay with you taking a 11-minute ride that wasted millions of carbons.
You would think that when you finally get everything you ever wanted, everyone would fall to the ground in happiness for you, right? But what we saw this week with the all-female team that went up with Blue Origin into space is that that's hardly ever the case, because what we want, what we desire, and how we get that is deeply tied into power, politics, and moral purity.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be reacting to the commotion around the space journey that all the celebrities had. A lot of people don't have really nice things to say about it, so I want us to go ahead and check out a few things that other people said on TikTok. Now before we go, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Make sure your post notification is turned on so that you don't miss any time that I upload. Without further ado, let's just get into the video.
11-minute spaceflight taken by the first all-female crew was more of a tone-deaf PR stunt than a mission. And here's why even celebrities are openly criticizing it. Katy Perry, Gayle King, and Lauren Sanchez were recently launched 60 miles above Earth on Blue Origin's rocket, making headlines as the first all-female space crew. But there's a catch. Space officially starts at 62 miles. So technically, they didn't reach it. They only experienced 4 minutes of weightlessness on the edge of space. While the media called it a historic leap for women, many saw it differently. Meghan McCain pointed out Jeff Bezos could end U.S. hunger, but instead sent his fiancé on a space joyride. And Emily Ratajkowski pointed out that the rocket was built by a company accused of harming the planet. When the women were labeled astronauts, many felt it disrespected those who undergo rigorous training and spend months in actual space. While this crew only spent 2 days in astronaut prep, the fact that Jeff Bezos chose to waste money on this rather than even attempting to fix the homelessness problem in America says a lot.
So like you said, most of the critics is like people cannot afford eggs right now. The economy is very, very difficult right now. And you know, even Candy Owens also reacted to this and her take was so phenomenal. I made a video about that on my TikTok. Now my personal opinion, which nobody asked for, is that as we are in this calamity, we are being asked to do, you know, stuff to protect the environment. We, the, you know, middle class people or even the lower class people have been asked to do things to protect the environment. We are being, you know, people come and torture you when you do a Shein haul, and that's basically the only clothes that you can afford. We are not supposed to buy fast fashion. We're not supposed to eat food that are not organic. We're supposed to make our own food from the house. We're supposed to grow our own plant, do moon train on that. We have to separate all our trash. But then these people waste this much money to go to space. Now I don't really care about how much money that they spent on this thing, because everybody have money and then they can do whatever that they want to do with themselves. But to categorize it as, oh, we are not taking out space, we are making space, that doesn't make sense. And the fact that you came back from this 11 minutes and you had an interview and then you are pissed off that people are not calling you an astronaut, or you want to be classified as an astronaut. You are not an astronaut. You are not. The fact that you took 3 days prep in an astronaut class doesn't make you an astronaut. People study for the whole of their life, you know, hoping to get even a glimpse of that. To talk of that, there was no space helmet, suit, there was nothing. They had no protection on, and then they just got inside this cubicle and went fly up, wasted almost hundreds of millions of carbons. But we are supposed to be down here, and as people pass judgment on us when we are not doing these things to protect the environment. And you want to classify this as all female. You're supposed to be proud that female went to space. You could have done it in a whole better way than just sending your girlfriend and her crew or a bunch of celebrities to go. Mind you, after they came down, Jenna gifted one of the ladies $7,000 bag. Why would she do that? Like, why were they even there? Like, what was the purpose of all these celebrities being there? This is totally different from what SpaceX is about. This is totally different from what NASA is about. And what pisses me off personally is the fact that a few months ago, some astronaut, like real astronaut, went to space that they were supposed to spend, I think, only 1 week, but then they ended up spending 3 months over there. And not only when they came back, they were paid minimum wage. They were not paying any extra money or extra time that they were stuck there. They had to fight for themselves. They were supposed to be home before Christmas, but they came last month or so. So why was not these resources put into place for those people to be getting home to their families? But then you had all these resources, and then you had to, you know, take your girlfriend or your fiancé and her friends to joyride, and you people are pissed off that everybody is calling it a joyride. It is a joyride because 11 minutes, like I said before, I could have ordered pizza and in 11 minutes the pizza will still not be here. I really want to know if it's really possible that you can go to space for 11 minutes, because this doesn't really make sense for me to say that, oh, they went to space and then they are, you know, creating space, they are doing female stuff that they're supposed to be proud of. Now Katy Perry is being, I don't know why, but Katy Perry is getting the most backlash, and I don't really understand why only her is getting the most. That everybody is getting it, she is getting it the most, and I really don't know why.
Had everything, right? Designer outfits, a historic moment, glam, a pop star with a PR crisis, activists, and very rich ladies. And it was also a highly charged moment and a very unsettling moment in American democracy. It was also a stark reminder of the expectations we have for women and their desires, and also what we think about who they choose to betray. Backlash, of course, started long before any of these women made it to space, right? And I'm going to point out the activists for you here. We have Amanda Nguyen and we have Aisha Bell. Their stories and their intellect are absolutely worth digging deeper into. But understanding how this particular group of women received a more intense backlash than we've seen in a while for a Blue Origin flight, it invites us to understand the calculations we make morally as women and women of color about what we want and how we go after it. It's also how we can be more informed when we make those decisions, and how other people can use our gender or our blackness or our color to weaponize it for their own corporate gain. And it also reminded us how enmeshed all of us are in the American caste/caste system. It's expensive to go to space. It costs money. It costs the planet. To afford that, you either have to have the $150K for the down payment or the deposit, and then you have to, if you're not paying, have some kind of political or cultural power, influence that Jeff Bezos can't buy for Blue Origin. We don't know how much these ladies pay, but we do know that who they are, gender, accomplishment, career, their activism, it's valuable to the Blue Origin brand. All these ladies have very personal reasons for literally choosing to fly out of their comfort zone, personal motivations and dreams that came true on this flight. That's rewarding to see in the context of their work, some of the things that they've suffered through, that sort of thing. And it means something to see considerable resources thrown at the backs of two Black women who want to go to space, especially women whose dreams and bodies and energy have been literally harvested from, things extracted from them for other people's economic gain. But at the same time, facilitating those individual dreams while also funding anti-DEI initiatives and bringing down all sorts of STEM research done for and by women as a group, it's worth talking about too. Because being aware of who uses our individual story to obscure what they're doing to society or democracy in general, that's something we got to talk about.
So, like, not only did they have to pay as a ticket to even join it, the whole thing is that people are really pissed off because of, you know, the whole social security money that people are crying for at this moment. And to think of somebody who's going for space, wasting all this money not to exploit for any potential, you know, benefit for the earth, not to exploit anything, just for a joy ride. I'm gonna say it's a joy ride because it is. These people went for 11 minutes. I have been here sitting talking for 11 minutes, so you're telling me that the fact that I'm here talking for 11 minutes, those people went up and came down? Like, let it make sense. Let it make sense. Now, I'm telling you, this could have been a whole different level, because trust me, it had everything. Like this lady said, it had absolutely everything. All females, we've been dying for this. Little children, taking this away from them, and somebody's like, oh, what are they taking from them? The whole portray of this thing is to show you that if you don't have money, you can't go. Like, that's how I'm seeing it. Because just because somebody is married or somebody is having close proximity to a rich person, they can just take a crew of people and go to space. Like, make it make sense. And this is not being jealous, or this is not being like, oh yeah, poor people are always jealous and poor people are this. We are in a calamity that people cannot afford eggs. People cannot afford to pay tuition. People are in student loan debt. Chicago says that the exact cost of the Blue Origin all-female space flight is not publicly disclosed. However, $150,000 deposit was required to begin the reservation process, and Blue Origin auditioned of a set and its maiden flight for $28 million in 2021. Other companies like Virgin Galactic offer similar flights for around $450,000 per seat. Blue Origin has not yet made full cost of the specific space flight public. 150 deposit is required to begin the reservation process. The final cost is not listed on their website in 2021. A seat on their maiden flight was auditioned off of 28 million, highlighting the potential for significant costs. Other companies, they paid this amount that they're even scared to disclose, which goes to show that it's more than what is listed on Google. Like, it's more than that. It's more than what is listed here.
My question is, have y'all been to space? Have you been to space?
No, motherfucker, we got bills and shit.
And then when I saw this meme, that's when you know, she was like, have you all been to space? Have you all been to space? And imagine comparing going to space to motherhood. Imagine that, like, imagine that. Oh, like, yeah, you know, it's all female, so yeah, our reproductive system have to come in any point. This is so disgusting, guys. This is so disgusting, and this is the most disgusting thing I've seen in a while, and we as a human being have to talk about it. We have to talk about it because this is so sickening. This is not good in any way. And if, do you know what even bothered me a lot? When they came down, the interviews that they had, the interviews that they were like, oh, have you been to space? It's like, let them eat cake. Like, yeah, you are going, you are starving, I'm not starving, I have the money to do rich shit. You don't have, so you are pissed off. That's what it's giving. And we know how we're supposed to have empathy for other people. These people put you there. If nobody is buying your music, you're not gonna be there doing this thing. If nobody is going to your concert, if nobody is going to watch your movie, you're not gonna be there talking about, oh, have you been to space? No, we got bills to pay. We got bills to pay. And to talk of that, the American system is even worse than any other part of the world. And there is where they're doing all these things. Because you give birth to one child, like she's comparing this space thing to motherhood, and then you're fucking in debt. You cannot even pay your hospital bills. But then you're comparing paying 150,000 deposit for a seat to go to 11 minutes to a child. How is that make sense? How, as a mother, that makes sense to you coming from your mouth? Let me calm down. So guys, that's all I have for you today, okay? Make sure you're leaving your opinions in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this whole fiasco thing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to give me a like, comment your opinions. We all have to be respectful. You can leave your opinions in the comment section.